Welcome to the Depressy podcast.
I'm Missy.
And I'm Allie.
And we're sisters
in the mental health field,
talking about all things stressy
and depressy. And then a disclaimer, although I don't even think we're giving any mental health advice in this podcast.
Not really.
But it's not mental health advice. We're just gabbing. We're both trainees. And yeah, this is just for educational purposes and for fun purposes. Okay, I feel like, so Missy's kind of on a time crunch. So we're just
maybe
gonna,
a little shorter episode today. That's okay.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. But I feel like I can start. Do you want to start with your stressy depressy? Because mine's a little longer.
Yours is a little bit longer. That's a great question. What is my stressy depressy? It's been several weeks since we filmed.
I just witnessed one.
What?
I just witnessed one.
Oh, yeah. Well, I feel like this is every week that the mic, really gives us a lot of trouble.
Missy got very upset at inanimate objects. I don't think I experience it to the same degree as Missy ever, but I did have an experience where I was trying to print something and I pressed the printer to turn on, and I think I just pressed something like print, I don't even know, print the guide or something, print the internet, Wi-Fi guide, that the printer can just print out itself. That was an accident, okay? But it proceeds for the next 5 solid minutes. Even I'm pressing cancel. It's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what could you possibly be doing in there? I got so annoyed with it because I was like, I need you to shut up, and I just need to print this. The fact that I told you accidentally to print something, I canceled it. Please stop. I was getting so annoyed. And I'm like, this is how Missy feels all the time.
When things are not functioning, I give it one chance. With people, I really give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, no, they're having a bad day. With inanimate objects, I'm like, you had one chance and you blew it.
I know.
You blew it.
You're constantly like, this stupid thing. I'm like,
yeah. And honestly, Jacob has it too. So in our house, we're like,
I think Lucas has it more than I do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe things don't fail me as often. I don't know. Or I just don't.
But
I'm just like, whatever. But
yeah,
that's not usually my trigger. But the printer was my trigger.
This mic gives me a lot of grief. It's a nice microphone, but long story short, the way that it's set up, it just doesn't stand up easily. It easily unplugs. I feel like I breathe and something is wrong with this mic. So once it's set up, it's usually fine, knock on wood. But anyway, what's my stressy depressy since we last filmed is, although it did work out okay, in that I ended up getting to spend this time with a good friend, but Allie was supposed to come into the city for her dress fitting. And then I feel like at the last recording, we were we've both been sick continuously, so hopefully we don't get sick again. And of course, Allie gets sick, and then she had to move her dress fitting, and then we were going to see Mamma Mia on Broadway together, and then she couldn't do that.
I was so upset, and everything that Lucas was saying to try to soothe me, he was like, oh, well, you'll go another time. I'm like, it's closing. Mamma Mia is closing.
Yeah.
It's non-refundable. We can't. Yeah. Missy ended up going with her friend, which is nice. I was sad. It was just, I'm just going to tell you the journey I've been on this past week. Yeah. My whole stressy depressy. You do not understand. It was some of the most stressed I've been in a while. It was extremely stressful, actually.
Yeah.
But also not super high stakes, I'm thankful nothing with my health.
In the vein of stressy depressy, where we don't really, with these things, we acknowledge, and why it's kind of silly is these aren't genuinely difficult things that we're going through, and we're kind of self-aware about that. But in the vein of stressy depressy, it's on the higher end, I would say.
Yeah, I would say that buckle in, because for longtime viewers, listeners, you may remember my dress saga story with the bridesmaids dresses and how that was all messed up. So not about the dresses, but another saga. So get ready.
Yes.
So I'm going to say this all starts, in the past couple weeks. I've been really taking a lot of babysitting stuff. And I am making money. It's great. I have a lot more time right now, and I do really enjoy it. And I was super busy like a couple weeks ago, just literally babysitting for 3 different families. All of them had a sick kid. So I'm just putting like a mental force field around myself. And I have this thing where I'm like, I do not let germs enter. And I think that works, but it didn't work this time, okay? And I get really sick on like Friday. I start feeling it, but Saturday I'm sick, and then Sunday I'm really sick. I'm like the kind of sick where you're like not getting off the bed, you're like in and out of sleep all day, like that kind of sick. So I have Mamma Mia and my dress fitting on Tuesday. I'm just like crossing my fingers and toes. Also, it's like a major snowstorm. People probably all over
in the Northeast,
US.
you probably know when this is all taking place.
So I'm just like me sleeping, and it feels like the whole world is shut down. So it feels like whatever. Monday rolls around, I'm still sicky, but I'm like, surely I'm gonna feel better by tomorrow. Tomorrow comes and I am still very sick. And it truly is one of those situations where you're like, I do not even know if I can get up right now and like get on a train and then like go into the city. And the other thing is, we were going to fly to visit my friend in Chicago who has a little baby, and we were worried about like getting sick, and if I expose Missy to this illness, then she'd get sick when we're leaving. So I'm like, let's just focus on getting better. Turns out we did have to postpone our flights anyway because I was still sick and didn't want to get this friend's baby sick, of course. So I waited until I was like symptom free. And of course, the cost of moving that was like a big chunk of my babysitting money. So it kind of just evened out.
It was like you didn't have, if you hadn't babysat, you would be in the same place you were before. And you could have maybe gone the whole time.
For a longer time. Yes. So I'm just feeling like crap. I'm so sad about this. But also I'm like, I'm a big like trying to reframe girl, You don't know the counterfactual. I'm like, maybe I would have gone into a car accident on the way of the way to the airport, or like, wow, it's nice that I got some extra time to clean like before I left, like whatever.
Yeah.
So all this say, I was supposed to also get my wedding invitations from my parents' house when I went to go into the city to do the dress fitting, do Mamma Mia, pick up the invitations and come back home.
Right.
Because mail at my apartment is not so reliable. So I was going to go pick it up there. But, of course, too sick to do that. So I have the genius idea to have Alex, my brother, bring the invitations to Lucas's bachelor party.
Which is happening that same
weekend
of the Chicago trip.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is perfect. Alex, can you bring the invitations? I kept reminding him. I was like, he's going to forget. I kind of asked for a little bit of an earlier RSVP date, March 1st. Everyone RSVP by then if you're listening to this. But so I'm like, I really need to like send them out like now.
Yeah.
Yesterday kind of thing. And again, just, putting this all in here, like invitations, if you're not in the know, they take a while to print. You can get like rush order, which can take like a week and a half, 2 weeks, but most orders are going to take 3 weeks, a month to like print. They like review the order, they print it gets shipped to you. Like this is all taking a while. So, and they're very expensive. I think, over $1,000 to get invitations for the amount of people I did and like the kinds of invitations. So again, so I'm like, Alex, please remember them. Be careful. I reminded him on the day of. He's like, I got him. So he brings invitations down to Atlantic City, which is where Lucas had his bachelor party. And Alex is chronically late to things. Sorry, Alex, if you're listening.
Okay, I heard you tell this part. I don't think that's correct because he went with Jacob. I think they were arriving at the same time, and they were like, they arrived like in the evening. Like they arrived at a normal time. I think it was just that
I heard it was late because I think Jacob was waiting for Alex at the house.
Oh, maybe somewhat on the later side, but I think that it was like
It was
Lucas
at
was
least
already
10 p.m.
inside, and so he just brought the invites inside, basically.
Yeah. Okay, whatever it is, the way it was told to me was that Lucas was either going to sleep or waiting to go to sleep.
Maybe that's true.
I
I don't
remember
want to say
Lucas,
probably true.
here's what I'm going to say, is Lucas was texting me, do I need to wait up for them? And I was like, no, it's so late, like, go to sleep.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that was my memory. So,
I believe it.
but
Okay, well then
we'll
Lucas
see.
is probably he's not lying. I'm just confused
Yeah.
about the timeline, but whatever.
Whatever. So they just bring the invitations inside to this Airbnb. Now we're going to pause and talk about this Airbnb. And I'm just going to pray that Airbnb guy is not listening to this. I don't know how he would, but you know, this person does not seem well. So whatever.
Yeah.
So this Airbnb is a disaster. They get there. It's a 2-floor Airbnb. The first floor is the heat's not working. And again, we just had a major snowstorm. It's very cold outside. It is 30 degrees inside on the bottom floor. And then the top floor is like 60 degrees because no matter how much heat the top floor is pumping out, it's like equilibrizing or whatever. So it's very cold. So people aren't sleeping in the bedrooms on the first floor because it's so cold. So like some of the people invited are now like sleeping on the upper floor, but like having to sleep on like the ground, like taking like cushions from the couches. Like, okay, whatever, this is not great. But in the middle of the night, a pipe burst on the first floor. And because it's literally so cold. And Lucas is messaging the Airbnb host and he's like, no, the heat is working. Just needs to kick in. And Lucas like,
The
it's
Airbnb
not,
host said that. Yeah, Lucas is saying
not
like the Airbnb
kicking in. And they just like try to turn on max. It's not working. So the pipes burst because it's literally so cold in there. And so it starts flooding and it's like an inch of water. And so Lucas messages the Airbnb host, doesn't hear back. And then the guy like calls around like 7 a.m. Like he was probably sleeping, but like whatever. And he's like, we're sending a guy over. Like we need to turn off the water. So like now as everyone's waking up, no one can like brush their teeth, take a shower, use the bathroom, like anything because the water's turned off. So, okay, they fix the pipe. They're going to salvage the day. They go out to do their activity. They come back. A different pipe has burst because it's so cold inside. Now it's even more flooding. So they get home from their activity hoping to like take a shower and get ready for dinner. But again, no one can use the water. So they go out, they come back again. Some people leave early that night because they just don't want to spend the night again in the Airbnb. That's really bad. And then the next morning it's checkout at 10 a.m., which is quite early, especially after a bachelor party. And like, you know, but that's the gig with Airbnb and whatever. And, you know, with Airbnb, you have to like strip the beds and like put things in the
They're
laundry.
up,
so like
doing everything.
They're really like rushing to get things done and like get people moving out of the house to like not get charged an extra fee or whatever. So I'm on the way home or on the way to the airport at this point. It's Sunday. We're leaving Chicago, Missy and I, and like I'm in the Uber and Lucas is telling me this and Missy's like, what happened? I'm like, I'll tell you like after. But Lucas of course got my sickness and he was sick during the bachelor party. He has his migraine. He's like not in his right mind, but he's like telling me on his drive home about like it was really fun, but like the Airbnb was like a disaster and he feels really bad even like charging his friends for this because like, you know, it was like $1,500 total for 2 nights, but like for people who had to sleep on the floor, like leave early, like it doesn't really seem fair to charge them. And most Airbnb hosts have a very big incentive to keep guests happy. I mean, this is a major thing wrong. Like you would think that they would offer some kind of refund here and that would be extremely reasonable. So Lucas just very kindly, and I encouraged him to do this, was like, thank you for being like very like, I don't know, responsive this weekend, but I just want to let you know like it was really hard, like it really did interfere with our bachelor party. We weren't able to shower, people had to leave early, like blah blah blah. And he messaged us on Airbnb. Fine. I get home, I fly home from Chicago. I have it in my head, this wouldn't have even happened because it actually took super long, but I was so excited to do my invitations. So I get home and I want to do them right now. It's like 6 p.m. I'm like, Lucas, where are the invitations? Like, I want to like set them all up and then I'm like, I'm going to mail them tomorrow. Like, I'm so excited. And he's like, what? Like, he's sick. So he's like, I don't know. And I was like, wait, what? He's like, upstairs. And I'm like, I think they must be in the car because I didn't bring them in. I was like, hopefully they're in the car. Oh my God, did you leave it at the Airbnb? You know, I'm not being a very helpful person at this moment because I'm like, gagged. I'm like, are you kidding me? You left them at the Airbnb? Like, do you know how expensive those are? Like, we don't have time to reprint them. Like, okay, Allie, calm down. And a little side note, I should never get mad at people for forgetting things because one time I forgot my backpack in the airport lounge and I boarded the flight without my backpack. So that had my wallet, my passport, like everything. So just want to put that out there that like when we're getting mad at people for like forgetting things, like I'm patient zero. Okay. So I was never being mean. I was just not making the situation less stressful. So we get to the car. No such invitations. There's a random Amazon box in our car trunk that literally has been in there forever. And he's like, is this it? I'm like, no. But whatever. I'm like, this is like random Christmas gifts from like 2 years ago. Whatever. I'm like, not our invitations. That will come back later. I don't even think Missy knows this part.
No.
Okay. So it's like setting in that we do not have our invitations. And Lucas is like, I messaged this guy asking for a refund. And now my next message is going to be like, hey, I forgot something at your house. I need to go get it. So it's like just very stressful. And Lucas is starting the realization of like what has been done is like really sinking in. He is like mute. He is getting so stressed. Like he literally cannot even verbalize. He's like, oh my God. Pale as a ghost. Just first of all he's sick, but also he feels so bad. So I do quickly turn to like, it's okay, don't worry about it. Remember when I forgot my bag at the airport lounge? Like it happens. He's like, this is so bad. I cannot believe I did this. This is horrible. I'm like, at the end of the day, also it's just invitations. Like we'll figure it out. I'm like, but you need to message the guy. And he's like, I can't. I'm like, you need to message the guy. Like we need these invitations. So he actually has this guy's phone number because with all of the craziness happening at the Airbnb, they were like texting about like when the plumber was coming. So Lucas just texts him and is like, hey, I left my invitations there. And he gets a call back from this guy pretty quickly. And the guy's like, oh yeah, like come on over and get it. Actually, like he doesn't live around there, but he's like my neighbor is home and like he can go look and see if it's there. And like he's like, actually let me just give you a call right back. I'm just gonna make sure my neighbor's there. So like this is like, oh okay. So I'm like, see Lucas, he's a reasonable guy. And he's like, I don't think he saw the message on Airbnb that I was asking for a refund. I'm like, I didn't think about that. But also like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna like hold our invitations hostage?
Well,
yes, he will. So I'm like, Lucas, it's fine. We like eat dinner, whatever. I don't even think Lucas had dinner because he was so stressed. So I eat dinner while Lucas watches. And then it's like an hour later and he's like, he still hasn't called back. And I was like, well, I don't know. Like maybe the neighbor's out and like, I didn't flag that as anything. I was like, because I also didn't like hear the whole conversation. So I'm like, it just sounded like it was fine. So I'm like, Lucas, go shower. You're going to feel better after you shower and like get ready for bed and this will be dealt with. I get a call while he's in the shower from Missy and Jacob, Missy and her husband, being like, oh my God, did you see the Airbnb host message on Airbnb? And I'm like, no. What like literally my stress, I'm like it's like as if like I've been like I don't even know, like I'm like fight or flight right now. Like I was like what happened. I'm literally like tunnel vision. Like I'm
Jacob
like,
can be in this group chat because like he was like on The Bachelor, like he was invited to be a guest at the Airbnb, so he can now see the Airbnb message back.
Yes. And this guy goes from like 0 to 100 and like completely different guy than what was on the phone. Like it's the same guy, but it's as if it's a completely different guy.
Kind of flipped. Yeah,
completely loses it.
Yeah.
So I'm just hearing these tidbits. I mean, they're not like reading it to me. I don't have Lucas's phone.
Yeah.
One thing to say is that Lucas and I share an Airbnb account. I don't even know how that happened. I guess maybe I like had logged in on his computer and like we just like use the same account. Like whatever.
Yeah.
But didn't think too much of it. Like Lucas always, if he's the one doing it, he communicates. If we don't use it, we literally like have used it like a couple times. So this guy just is throwing out the like, who is Allie?
He's grasping at all these straws, being like,
and he's like, and you had
spoken to Lucas, but like Allie booked the Airbnb. Did the person booking was like the people staying here, not the person who booked? He was like, also you said bachelor parties and like there are no parties allowed. And it's like everyone, I mean, maybe some people do like a party in an Airbnb, I guess, but like for the most part, when you think a bachelor or bachelorette party, you're thinking we're all staying and sleeping here and otherwise we're going out on the town. Like we're not having a party. But he's like, you violated the rules by having a quote party here.
Yeah, and there was never any more people than is allowed in the Airbnb. You know what I mean? They didn't have like a party. Like
yeah, it was they were not partying there at all. It was just like
they were trying to be out of the house
party weekend
because it was cold. Yeah, no, it was cold. They didn't have water. Like I'm telling you, they didn't want to. They want to spend at least the amount of time possible there.
Yeah,
and then kind of ends it being like, we are a military family. Don't mess with us. And it's like, if you want to talk, like any further communication needs to be with Airbnb support. Like you will not be getting a refund. When I hear this, I am like, oh, I literally go, what about the invitations? And they're like, well,
I was like, I don't know, Allie.
Literally feel so stressed. I'm going to throw up. I'm like, Lucas, you need to get out of the shower right now. I'm like, you need to get out of the shower. He's like, what? I'm like, the Airbnb guy, he messaged back. He's really mad. He's like, okay. He like kind of gets out of the shower. I'm like, oh my God. This is terrible. Lucas sends back, you know, he's very stressed now too. Even more stressed. You think he was stressed before? Even more. He sends a message back to this Airbnb guy, like a hostage negotiation, being like, I am so sorry, like, you're right, like, I should not have asked for this. I really appreciate how responsive you were, and, you know, on second thought, like, I am so sorry, and we have so much respect for the military, and just, like, we did not have a bachelor, like, an actual party there. It was really just where we slept, and then, like, also saying, like, Allie's my fiance, we share an account, like, whatever, and then just being like, we need these invitations, though. Like, it is close to our wedding. We do not have time to repent. We would be devastated. All we need is the invitations. We do not need a refund. Can you hear that?
Yeah. Is that in your apartment?
Yeah, it's the smoke detector.
All good?
Sorry. Yeah. Lucas is cooking. Freaking hate when the fire alarm goes off. Hate it. Hate it so much.
Okay, go ahead.
What did I leave off on?
You left off with this guy's message is like crazy back, and you're like, we just need to get the invitations, and Lucas sends back the like hostage negotiating.
Yes. Okay.
Like,
so I am stressed. We have to go to sleep. I'm babysitting the whole day the next day, so I'm not even gonna be home. And Lucas is sick, and he feels so bad. He's like literally barely talking. I'm like, Lucas. He like is in such a bad mental state. Like, however bad you think he felt, like multiply by 10. Like I was like, oh my God, is he even okay to like leave home alone? I was like, Lucas, you okay? Like, he felt so bad. He did not have dinner. He did not sleep a wink. He literally could not sleep at all. I was having stress dreams about this guy and the invitations, but Lucas cannot sleep at all. I get up in the morning. He's like, no response. This guy has not responded. So Lucas messages the guy on Airbnb and texts and is like, hi, I know you said just like communicate through Airbnb, like support, and we will do that if you don't get back to us by like noon. But if all we want is invitations, like we don't need to move forward with the refund. Just to, like, reiterate. No response. So at noon, Lucas has reached out to Airbnb, and they call, and they're like, oh, yeah, we'll reach out to him. And still no response. Like, the whole day I'm babysitting, I'm checking my phone. Lucas just feels terrible all day. I'm like, okay, everyone, please text Lucas something encouraging because he literally feels like death. And we get a call from Airbnb later that day, like maybe 6 p.m. And they're like, we have been calling him all day. We've been messaging him. He has not been responding. So at this point, like, all we can offer is that, like, we, like, a refund and basically, like, a claim for, like, you guys would file a claim and you would get, like, the money for the invitations. And I'm like, I understand, but is there, like, we literally just need the invitations. Like, we don't have time to reprint. Like, it would actually, like, be, I know the invitations were, like, this amount of money, but now to, like, rush order invitations.
It would be so much more.
All of this, like, it genuinely, like, doesn't even make sense. Like, obviously something is better than nothing, but I'm like, we just need the invitations. And so Lucas sends, like, this last-ditch effort to this guy and was like, hey, just so you know, Airbnb is saying that, like, we will get a full refund, and if we file a claim, we'll get the, like, you'll have to pay the cost of the invitations. Like, they were $1,500, whatever. Like, so, like, just so you know. And then he's like, to be clear, we do not want to do this. We do just want the invitations back. If you tell us when we can come, we will be there in 90 minutes and you will never hear from us again. Otherwise, tomorrow at, like, noon or whatever, we'll move forward with Airbnb. But we're like, we're never seeing these invitations again. This guy is, like, crazy.
Yeah.
Holding our invitations hostage. But the next morning, he gets a text that's like, come get him. And Lucas hops in the car, and the neighbor gives Lucas the invitations. And we were all scared for Lucas's life. But
we're, like, tracking his location. We're like, everything good? Like, call, text.
He got the invitations. Yeah.
And now they've been sent out.
They've been sent out. So I'm truly like, anyone who got an invitation, you better kiss that invitation, because you don't know the lengths, hostage negotiation that went down with that. The whole thing was crazy because all this guy had to do to make it go away, and eventually he, like, realized that, was to just say, okay, just come get the invitations. But, like, he was willing to risk us. Like, if we just went through Airbnb, we would have, like, gotten the claim and got, like,
yeah,
like, if we didn't give him that other chance and, like, really need it, he would have, like, why? It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Just very illogical. So, yeah, very stressful. Thankfully, Lucas is feeling a lot better. Definitely a little depressy last week.
He was stressy depressy. He was
stressy depressy.
He's doing better now, though.
Some of the worst I've seen him mentally. So, yeah, doing better now. We had invitation camp Wednesday where Sammy and Alex came down and helped with the invitations, and yeah, they're out. I was going to talk about how very, very briefly we got, like, hand cancellations for the invitations, which just means, like, the stamping of it is, it's not just, like, machine done. It's, like, when you stamp out the, like, stamp with that, like, ink, whatever, it's, like, a nicer, like, little thing. And the lady was just, long story short, was very annoyed that she had to do that. And she was like, oh my God, this is the last thing I need. I'm like, please and thank you. This is a service offered by the post office. This is your job. Please do it. And she's like,
yeah. And you pay extra for it. It's not like, yeah.
Yeah. So, yes. Everything with invitations, I'm just wild ride. I truly, like, I was like, just on a roller coaster last week.
It was a roller coaster. We were all just, I cannot believe you got them back. I was like, those invitations are long gone. Like, they've been thrown out. Like, who knows what's happened to them. I'm very glad that we haven't gotten ours yet, but that at some point soon. Although, like, it's only really been one business day or one like mail day since you sent them, and now it's Sunday today.
Thursday.
Friday.
No, I mailed them Thursday.
Oh, so two. Okay, but, like, that's possible because today's Sunday, so there's no mail. So like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
wow, that was a wild saga. Yeah. But hopefully, in terms of things that go wrong for your wedding, I mean, that is a stressful one, but like it has nothing to do with the day and like
Yeah.
hopefully smooth sailing.
I will say, just like, I don't know if I mentioned this, but like, truly, like, when that 3 month time now close to the wedding, it's like so much more stressful. There's just so many like more
I
minor
know.
details. They like sent me like, which napkin fold do you want, and I genuinely am like trying to picture. They like sent me options. I
Yeah.
know you were saying like, oh, just go with whatever, but like I do want someone to think about it. I feel like that'd be a good job for mom. I'd be like, mom, what napkin folds? Like, there's
Honestly, I think
just
she'd be great at that. She's
so
good with like
many
the
like
details. Yeah.
decision fatigue that I'm like, okay, I can't.
I feel like it's interesting. Like I was talking to some people recently who they have their wedding like farther out. And I feel like anytime I talk to people where it's like their wedding's in like 9 months. And this was me too. Like when people would be like, how's wedding planning? And I'm like, honestly, I've done like most of it. Like I've really
Yes,
done
I
the
remember
most
that.
of
I'm
it. And
like,
you're like, what more
it's
could there
done.
possibly be?
Oh
And
my
it's really hard
God.
to even explain to people because it's like the smallest details that you're like, is that even a thing? And then you kind of block it out after it's done. And you also think to yourself, like, oh, how could that take that long? But there's just a million of them, and you do kind of have to look into it of like what napkin folds. Like, okay, the seating chart. I mean, that's a big one that takes actually kind of a
Yeah.
while once you get the RCPs back because it's kind of like a puzzle. Place cards, like the menu, like getting everyone's orders in, like all the little random decorations you might order. Like if you're having like a guest book, like pajamas for the bridesmaids, what
There's your
order
guest
everyone's hair and
book.
makeup, like literally like all these details and even things like rehearsing your first dance, like even things like oh wait, what was I gonna say? That just like slipped out of my mind. Like when we were making like the guest bags for people,
Mm,
for staying at like first of all ordering and deciding what's going to be in them and what the bags look like and if there's a message and blah blah. But like literally physically making those took like
yes.
several hours and then it's like you
I
load them
don't
into
know
the
how to
car.
explain that every task takes way longer than you would think a task takes. Like mailing out invitations, let me think. We started probably at 10 a.m. We did take like an hour break for lunch, but we didn't finish. We were working straight. So, like, maybe until, let's say, 3:30 p.m. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So, like, 4.5 hours. It's like, how did that take that long? Like, it's literally putting
Things in the
pre-addressed
envelope. But
envelopes
it's like,
in the envelope and then putting a stamp on and putting the sticker. And we had 120 like actual invitations because there's multiple people on an invitation. We are
yeah.
inviting, unfortunately, more. But it takes so long. You have to do checks. Sometimes printing is off. The things don't close. Like, some people get the rehearsal dinner invite, some people don't. Like, some people we ordered invitations for because my parents really wanted to invite them, but I didn't want to invite them, so they just made me order them, even though. So we have to take them out of the pile. It's like just everything about it
Yeah.
takes a long time.
Yeah.
Like when you're being careful, it takes a long time. So that truly took a while. Um, but no, truly everything, I feel like there's all these minor details. Like you think like, oh, I have it figured out, but for example, it's like, okay, the order of the people being called in when we're like announcing and like
Yeah.
at the beginning of the reception. Like thinking about that. You're like, okay, this person with
And
this
even if it
person.
doesn't take that long, like
There's so many decisions
you're
like
also like
that.
working your normal job. Like you're just like doing your
Well,
life.
I'm not.
You're not really.
But I am busy with
I had
babysitting. I
true.
am busy with babysitting. I
No,
will
that's
say
true.
I
Yeah,
was
like you're
working like
doing
at
stuff.
least
Yeah.
40 hours. But it is very different. But I'm also in my online class, which I know is not a lot, but it is some work.
Yeah.
And then I just feel like I have like random maintenance things that I'm doing in my life, like
Yeah,
that
you
are
still
keeping me
have to
busy.
like go about your life. It's not like this is all you have to do. And so think about like the little bit of
And you
time
know
you
what I have
have
to
each
do?
night.
Animal Crossing. Like
No, I feel like it was like a revelation for us to be like, oh my gosh, we have time after work now. Like we can just, after we got married, we were like, we can like say yes to things or just have a chill night and not have like
Yeah.
tasks to do every night. Because it
Oh my
really in
God, we
that
have to do
three
the
month
honeymoon.
period,
I'm just thinking about like the
honeymoon,
list
that's a huge one
of
too.
things. Like you think like, oh my head, because we booked the hotels and like the planes or whatever, and then you're like, wait a minute. Like
Right,
there's
you do all these
actual
big things.
details
I feel like it's like the big things in the beginning, they take
are
less
so
time than you would
easy.
predict because you're like, whoa, booking the florist. And then like
It's like
you email
we
a
already
few
have the
people.
venue, and then it's like,
You email
yes,
a few
but what
people, you got a
napkin
florist. You
folds do
email a
you
few
want?
people. Yeah, exactly. It like all
What
takes less time.
It's so interesting. Yeah. There's just a lot of mental load with the wedding. And I'm like, how does anyone ever plan any event that's big? Like I'm thinking about like
I
corporate
know.
events and things. Like how there's
All these
so many
little details that
details
you have to think
and
about.
coordinating vendors and like, man,
Oh my gosh, yeah. No, I
there's
mean,
all these
yeah.
random things too where I'm like, nothing's like immediate. Like I want to like call them and be like, okay, let's get to the bottom of this. Like for example, we thought it would be fun to do like two signature drinks. I don't drink. So like one alcoholic and then one non-alcoholic, which would be a Shirley Temple. And they were like, "Oh, if you have two signature cocktails, it's going to be $8 more per person," which comes out to a lot. 8 times 180. I don't know what that is,
Sure.
but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
fine. Over $1,000. So, I'm like, for soda? For
Right. Like
soda
what
and a
for
dip
the
of grenadine. So I email her back. I'm like, hey, would really love for to make this happen. Is there really an extra charge even though it's non-alcoholic soda?
yeah.
Like that doesn't even make sense because it's not that we're asking for like every person can have two. Like just have it, half
Right.
it,
Some
half
people
of
will
it.
have one and some people will have
Wouldn't
another.
that
Yeah.
be actually cheaper for you because you're
Yeah.
serving less alcohol?
Yeah.
Like, but again, this is now like taking a week. Like, you know what I mean? For me to coordinate with this person, for this person to coordinate with like the caterer, like, because
Yeah.
I'm talking to the venue that has a caterer, and then the caterers have to get back to her, and then she gets back to me. And I'm like, that literally, like, it's just every little step is like painful. I'm like, you can't just move anything that you're trying to move forward takes time, is what
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. Um, yeah, it is tough. I feel like those, and I always feel this about things. Like I feel this kind of with like my dissertation right now, even though I'm closer to it being due. It's like I have so much left to do, and the deadline is approaching for my draft. But I almost feel like when the deadline, if the deadline was like tomorrow, I'm just like not the kind of person that would be like writing it all the night before. So I feel like generally by that time it's like mostly done. And even if it's not perfect, I get to the point where I'm like radical acceptance. It is what it is. And same with the wedding. Like it's kind of like, okay, like it's here. Like that's what's happening. But when like you're getting close, but you're not close enough that you have that radical acceptance aura yet.
Yeah.
It's actually like the worst intersection for me where it's like the deadline's approaching, but it's actually still just far away enough that it feels like there's like so much to do. And there is a lot to do because actually you do have more time to do it. But like, I don't know, that period, like I just remember 3 months out, 2 to 3 months out, I was like so stressed. And then actually in like the weeks before, I was like, okay, like there's things will get done and there's a lot to do, but like it'll get done.
No, truly. And I think it's also hard because some of the things I can't get started on. Like, you know, I can start thinking about the, like, where people are going to sit, but it's also contingent on who's going to show up. So I can,
Yeah, you
I
have to
can
wait.
create a whole mental thing, but then, like, it's genuinely, it
Yeah.
is thrown off if, like, one person RSVPs no because, well, this is a table of 10, so now should we move them to a table of 8 and move this person? Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
really do need to, like, have
You need to
like,
know who's coming.
who's
Yeah.
coming for like the bigger table stuff, and then things like, okay, I need to do like the marriage license. I actually put on my calendar, it's like sometime in February is when I can like apply first for the license or whatever.
This
And
was,
then
by the way, this marriage license thing was Jacob's version of our invitations because this was like basically his one task for our wedding. And he was like, got it, got it, got it. And then he like is just the kind of person that procrastinates things. And it was getting like pretty close to our wedding. Like I think it was like a month out. And I was like, have you done this yet? And he was like, no. Am I supposed? And I was like, because there reaches a point where it's like too late.
Oh
And
my God.
I think he found something somewhere else that like made it look like it was too late. I don't know what the series of events, but this was like he didn't sleep all night, and he was like, "Oh my God, like I'm the reason we're not gonna get married. Okay, like maybe we could just have like a
Turns
ceremony."
out I'm the reason you're not gonna get married.
Oh my God, literally, that's a whole other thing. Allie signed
in the wrong
marriage
place
license in the
multiple
wrong
times.
spot multiple times incorrectly. So then we had to redo it after our wedding.
Other things I need to do. Oh my God, I'm just thinking right now. I'm like, okay, plan the honeymoon. That is stressing me out. I can't even think about it. The ketubah, the yarmulkes. I have to
Have mom do the yarmulkes because she did that for mine.
Yes, but I found these cute yarmulkes that I kind of want to use that have like a cute design on the inside of it. I'll show you.
Okay, yeah.
And then just I'm now forgetting, but yeah, there's just a lot of
I know. Oh, your wedding rings. I was like, this
wedding
is
rings. Yes, wedding rings.
those are like not that hard. If you have a vision, Jacob and I went to like bigger jeweler just to like try things on to be like, okay, I think this is kind of what I'm wanting. And then we went to like our jeweler who had done my engagement ring, who was like, I kind of like described it. And actually they had something like I was ready to do a custom one, but then they had something that was like exactly what I wanted. And I was like, oh, I'll do that.
Yeah, no, I just want a simple gold band. Like,
so that's, but you might want to, try like, oh, how thick do you, because Jacob,
No,
like,
I
that was
agree.
something for him. He has a simple gold band, but it was like, oh, I actually like it when it's like,
there's so
more
many,
or less,
again, this is like the big picture, simple gold band, and then there's like the smaller picture, like the details of like
where you're
the
like,
width,
oh, I actually like it better when it's there.
actual
on me,
type
and
of gold,
yeah, all these things.
So just a lot of things that I need to do. I'm thankful I have a wedding coordinator. But yeah.
But
I
she's
also
like
need to
for the
think
day of, right? Or
yes, but we hired her for like 3 months out, which has already started. So she
okay.
takes over vendor communication for a lot of it.
That's
not
great.
everything. Like if I have questions, if I have to like make a decision, then it's me. But if they're like communicating with her being like, this is the timeline, she's getting their timeline, making sure like, okay, you're going to be this place then, like that kind of thing, but not making any decisions or like helping me find people or anything. But I also need to think of a song for the bridal party to walk down to, because I'm walking down to Claire de Lune. I have a recessional song, but I don't have the processional song for like the main party. So
got it. We just actually asked our band what like common ones were, and then one of the ones that was floated, I think I was telling you this, was like a song that we actually had like considered like a long time back for our first dance, but the lyrics are like a little bit sad. So it's about a love story, but like a sad love story, and we are like, probably not
what
first
was
dance.
it?
Falling Slowly from Once. And we both love that musical and we love the song, but we were like, maybe with the lyrics it's not right, but it was like the instrumental version, so we kind of liked that. And they were like, it's actually kind of a common one, but we were like, oh, this is actually special to us, so we chose that for our.
Again, in my memory there was no music.
I know. No, Allie and I were talking about this, how we both like like we were both like in the eye of a hurricane for my wedding, like walking down the aisle. It was like so surreal. If you would have asked me, I literally was like, was there music or was it like not working or like what happened? And everyone was like, no, there was music. It was beautiful. Like I couldn't hear. Like, I don't know what was that. I was just like so in a state, and yeah.
Yeah, I need to think of that. The only thing I can think of is Les Mis, and I feel like that's.
Ooh.
But there's not like a really good song. I want just like a Les Mis vibe.
Medley. Wait, we could think about this actually. I feel like this could be good. Okay. I'm gonna think on this Les Mis thing for you.
Think on it. I feel like Jacob might have some ideas.
Yeah. I'm gonna consult him. Actually, I've two friends coming over tonight who are OGs, Teresa and
Yes.
Katie.
Maybe we'll walk down the aisle to Oh My God, You Guys from Legally Blonde.
No, but I was gonna say Katie is a musical theater person too, so
Yes.
she might even have an idea. I can ask her
Yes.
when she comes over. Um, anyway, also I feel like we gotta wrap this up soon-ish, but um, this is just a total pivot. Can I just have a non sequitur?
Go for it.
I just feel like I need to address that this episode comes out the week of match for me.
That's crazy.
I know, like right now.
When's your match day again? It's like
February 20th.
When
So
is that?
it'll come out the week of match. And however, I was actually like, anyone who knows me in real life is going to be like, sweet girl, like we all knew this all along, but it's not that consequential for me because it's just a year and I can do anything for a year. And obviously I have places I prefer more, but like it's really fine. And I interviewed at great places that so many of them I really liked. And if I'm ranking them, I would be okay to be there for a year. So it's like, obviously, again, I have my hopes up for certain things, but like, I have been so in a state about it. I feel like I've been like not sleeping super well. Like, I've been having intense, crazy dreams when I'm sleeping. I'm like kind of on edge at all times. And I sat and thought about it, and I was like,
I'm gonna decide to not be stressed anymore.
I mean, listen, I'm still stressed. Like, I definitely run, like, you see me, and I'm like I had to bring it up right now. Like, to be like, just I needed to say that, like, this episode is coming out the week of match. I just kind of want to know. Like, there's an element that's just like, I'm so curious. And I just
I
want to
can't
know.
even think about match. I really don't. It makes me want to vomit.
Whenever
can't.
whenever things get real, like if I picture the morning of, like, I just
No.
got my stomach just
Stop
like
it.
did a flip.
You need
Like,
to.
I can't.
I really can't think about it. February is my last safe month where it's just like I feel safe and cozy in February.
Well, this is where we're different because I feel like you don't want it to be here, and I want it to be here so badly. I'm like, can it just be tomorrow? I just need to rip that Band-Aid right off. Just
No.
tell me
No,
what it is.
I don't want to know unless it's my top choice. I don't want to know because I think anything but my top choice, I'm gonna have to like. There's gonna be some level of letdown, but there's a lot of programs I'm still very excited about, but I'm just gonna like need to take a second. So I just don't want to like kind of face that feeling of what's that gonna be like, and then I also don't want to face the idea that like I might not match like that. I think I'm gonna match, but the idea that like there's gonna be an email coming out that will like determine what feels like my whole future is super scary.
Yours is a little more high stakes, like, to be fair. Like, your match is a longer time that you're going to be there for, and
I just like genuinely feel sick about it. Like,
my advisor was like telling me about her match day recently, and like she was giving me like details, and again, she's talking about her experience. Totally fair. I'm literally like hyperventilating. Like, I'm like, okay,
I've
okay.
always
like,
been like that though, is when people talk about things that are stressing me out, if it's especially when it's initiated by someone else, that's like often when I get very stressed, like, and I feel like I can't escape it. I'm like like I remember like for the step exams, we'd need to like go, they'd like give us like talks and be like, this is how you should study. I'm like genuinely freaking out. I'm like, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here right now.
No,
like,
I was fine to talk about it, but it was more just like the anxieties. Like, my stomach was like flipping around. Like, she was telling me like when the timing of like the email coming in the morning, and I was like, oh my God, it's too real. Like, I just feel like, oh my. And also, okay, this is like, I feel like a very benign story, so I feel like she'd be fine. But she told me that she saw her match result like kind of early in the morning. She was like asleep. She like checked her phone because ours is just comes to your phone, and then she went back to sleep after she found it out. I was like, girl, that's so impressive. How did you do that? Like, and maybe I'm just like an anxious sleeper in general, so like I haven't even been sleeping well like weeks leading up to
you're
match.
very bad at falling back asleep.
Oh my God, that could not be me. Like, and she was happy with her result. I think so. But still, like, no matter what.
I can't. Okay. We're going to end this episode because I can't talk about this any further.
Okay. So this is kind of just like a
Life update
episode. I feel like we've been a little more sporadic this winter because we've both been sick, and
truly, I feel like multiple times it's been like, I'm sick, you're sick, and then
I know
weekends.
we said that last episode, famous last words, because I know we literally said that last episode, and we're like, but now we're back, and then like,
wait, I never circled back to the Amazon box in the car.
Okay, this will be our last final
real
gem.
Quick.
Yeah,
inside of this Amazon box set, it wasn't from this Christmas, so it must have been from a Christmas past. It literally, it's like, were these cookies that were like pre-packaged, like mass produced.
Okay,
but they like had cream in the middle. It wasn't Oreo, but like picture an Oreo type thing. I'm like, we gotta throw that out. And Lucas is like, no, they're probably still fine. I'm like, well, they've been through like heat, cold. Like, I don't think they're supposed to do that. He's like, it's fine. He's been having tummy problems for the past couple days and continues to eat them.
I feel like,
and I'm like, that's
even if like they're not expired. The thing is, like, in the summer they were like,
been like
in your
extreme
car,
heat,
getting
like when we drive
down. Okay,
I can't. That's where the whole thing circled back. I just wanted to share that, like, on top of being sick, he then got gastrointestinal distress because he tried to soothe himself with these
was
cookies.
That from the anxiety? Was that from the cookies? Who's to say?
True.
Wow. What a...
Okay. Love you guys.
Yes.
Comment below. Just...
if you have topics for us that you'd like us to cover, please let us know. I know we kind of just did an update this week because we've been gone for a bit. So, but we want to kind of get back into like topics, and we have some ideas, but if there's ones that you all want to hear about, send them our way.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.